Ever wondered if Crystal of Atlan is the MMORPG you've been waiting for? Does it actually hold up as a game worth your time, or is it just another MMORPG that'll eat up your day and your wallet? First off, the graphics. You know that moment when you log in and the first thing you notice is, wow, this looks good. That's Crystal of Atlan. The characters are detailed, the armor looks like it was forged by someone who actually cares about textures, and the environments have enough variety that you won't feel like you're walking through the same forest for the 10th time. The dungeons, towns, and open areas are all polished, and honestly, they make you feel like the game could have come straight out of a high-budget console release. It's worth mentioning the character animations too. Attacks flow smoothly, combos feel satisfying, and the visual flair of skills landing just makes you want to spam buttons a little more than usual. Watching your character perform a multi-hit combo while the camera does a little swoop feels pretty epic. Even if you're on mobile, the game manages to keep most of this visual flair without turning your device into a toaster. Speaking of combos, let's talk combat. This is where Crystal of Atlan really shines, or at least it tries to. The game offers multiple classes, from melee warriors to ranged spellcasters, each with a couple of subclasses. This gives you the chance to experiment and find a style that fits your playstyle. And honestly, you can tell that they put thought into making each class feel distinct. Combat is fast, flashy, and most importantly, responsive. You can chain attacks, dodge, block, and even cancel skills into combos. The learning curve isn't punishing, but mastering the timing and combos can feel rewarding. It's the kind of system that makes you feel skilled even if you're still running through the beginner dungeons. But fair warning, once you hit later stages, the AI starts throwing a lot more at you. It's not unbeatable, but it's easy to underestimate them if you're used to mindlessly mashing skills. You'll need to learn when to dodge, when to go full DPS, and sometimes when to just accept that you got hit by a giant fireball that looked like it was coming from another dimension. Now, let's talk about one of the game's biggest perks, cross-platform play. Whether you're on PC or mobile, you can team up with friends. This isn't just convenient, it actually changes how you approach the game. You don't have to worry about separating your group by device. Being able to jump into co-op dungeons or PvP arenas with friends across platforms is a nice touch. And honestly, it feels like the developers wanted to make the game more social, which is something MMORPGs sometimes miss these days. Guilds, events, and casual mini-games all benefit from this cross-platform approach, making it easier to spend hours in the game without ever feeling isolated. For PvE players, there's a lot to dig into. Co-op dungeons, world bosses, and daily events provide plenty of opportunities to grind and collect gear. The difficulty ramps up nicely, and it's satisfying to finally defeat a boss after multiple attempts. You also get the feeling of progression as your character slowly becomes stronger, which is always a nice carrot on a stick. PvP is where things get interesting. 1-on-1 and 3-on-3 arenas test not just your gear, but your strategy. Skill really matters here. No amount of top-tier gear will completely carry you if you can't dodge, time abilities, and read your opponents. That said, it does lean slightly toward paying players once you hit high-tier PvP, which is something to keep in mind. Now the part everyone loves to complain about, monetization. The game has a stamina system that limits how much you can do in a day without waiting or paying. It's not the end of the world, but it does feel a little like someone tapped you on the shoulder and said, "Hey, go grab a snack while we make you wait." Then there's the gacha system. Skins, pets, and other perks can provide small advantages, and while you can technically play without spending a dime, paying players do have access to better gear faster. It's not completely pay to win, but it's enough to make free-to-play players occasionally groan when they see someone roll a perfect character with a fancy pet that gives extra stats. Story-wise, Crystal of Atlan is fine. The premise is interesting, but as you go deeper, it becomes a bit disjointed. Some quests feel repetitive, and there's a lack of depth in the narrative. If you're the type who plays MMORPGs mostly for the story, this might feel a little hollow. Customization is a mixed bag too. You can change outfits and gear, but there's only so much you can do before you start noticing that half the population looks the same. Unless you're willing to buy premium cosmetics, you might feel a bit cookie cutter compared to players who've splashed some cash. On the technical side, the game is well optimized. PC players, even with mid-range systems, can expect smooth gameplay. Mobile players also get a solid experience, with graphics and controls optimized to prevent lag or crashes. That alone makes the game more approachable than some of the heavier MMORPGs that demand a gaming rig to run properly. The community is alive, which is a huge plus for MMORPGs. Guilds, events, and social features keep things interesting. Yes, you'll run into bots and AFK players, but that's par for the course in online games. What matters is that there's enough interaction to make teaming up worthwhile. As for longevity, that depends on what you're looking for. If grinding, PvP battles, and experimenting with classes appeal to you, there's plenty of content to keep you busy. If your focus is on a compelling story and fully free-to-play experience, you might feel a little burned out after the initial few weeks. So, is Crystal of Atlan worth playing on PC or mobile? If you're looking for a game with stylish combat, cross-platform co-op, it's polished, it's fun, and it definitely delivers a sense of progression and accomplishment. But if you're hoping for a deep story, completely free gameplay without any pay-to-win elements, or endless character customization, you might want to temper your expectations. The stamina system, gacha mechanics, and limited customization can be frustrating at times, and the story doesn't always carry the same weight as the combat does. So that's the breakdown on Crystal of Atlan. If you've been playing it, share your thoughts in the comments. Do you love the combat? Or are the stamina system and gacha mechanics driving you crazy? Let's get the discussion going and help other gamers figure out if this one's worth their time.